the way, that was actually a clip from the top 10 people freaking out while getting a tattoo. If you guys want to watch that video, you guys can click right over here. It is freaking hilarious. I don't know why pain equals funny. Starting us off, in at number 10, we have a crazy man in a coffee shop who is probably 10 minutes late for his PowerPoint presentation. Anything. So this is how the video starts. There's this guy who starts yelling and starts to draw attention to himself. As the video goes on, this guy gets more and more intense.
Everything is in here though. I have got cost analysis reports in here. I've got every address, every phone number. I have got...
Why does this guy have everyone's phone number and address? Is he a stalker? So this man gets so pissed off that he actually stands on top of a chair and starts yelling at everyone inside of this coffee shop.
And I had to stop writing when my wife got pregnant. I had to letter from the governor because I won an award for cooking.
It seems like this guy is going through a midlife crisis and he doesn't like his job too much. Hopefully his boss doesn't see this meltdown. Okay, so you know how at the beginning I said he probably has a presentation in 10 minutes? Well, I wasn't guessing. He actually does. You're probably asking me, well, how do I know that? Well, the cops actually showed up and arrested this man, and then this is what he yells.
I got a presentation to give in 10 minutes!
I kind of feel bad for this guy. Our next up, we have a woman who just badly wants her nuggets, her chicken McNuggets, and this comes into this list at number 9. This woman you're about to see was in McDonald's yelling at the employees, and this is all because of chicken nuggets. This woman is willing to fight an employee.
Come out! Come on! Let's do this, come on! Let's see if you're really about that life. Come on.
Is this woman really about that life though? Because why is she being a thug? I bet this woman didn't even have to pay for her meal because the cashier was just way too scared. So this was like a robbery or something. I don't know what's going on. She's probably a leader of a gang or something. Imagine this woman was your mom. I would be so well behaved because she's tough. She's hella tough. She doesn't put up with anything. From freaking out at McDonald's to freaking out because the mall is closed. I kid you not, this comes into number 8.
Why are you closed? Tell us why you're closed!
We are closed because it's after hours. Why are you yelling and why are you so pissed? Why is this man freaking out? Just get there on time, fool. It looks like you're wearing a watch. I think you should use it.
I want to go shopping in the Eaton Center! Why are you locked? Why are you closing your doors?
Unless you're like me who likes to wear watches but I never set the time. I like how this guy has to explain what he wants to do. Like, why else would you want to go inside of the mall? I wonder if this guy does this all the time. I think the funniest part of this video is what happens next. There was this guy doing some weird things on the window. Maybe they're like a duo act or something. If yelling doesn't work, maybe we're gonna try to freak him out.
Why? Why are you putting us through this? Who gave you the right?
I think drugs are in play here. I don't know what kind of drugs, but pretty intense ones. The guy yelling wasn't fazed by this kid at all. He just like looks at him and is like, alright, it's your cue, let's go. What did this guy need so badly that he's yelling at nobody? Number 7.
You're taking your time because you want to give me grace, but you don't want the mercy because you almost wonder what Freddy Krueger looks like. I did too, but I repent, and I ask for grace and mercy by goodness. S-H-D-E.
I'm not sure if I can explain this one, to be honest with you guys. I don't really know what is going on. I will say this though. Say no to drugs, kids. It makes you do some pretty crazy things. In the morning, this woman won't remember any of this. At least I don't think so. And did we hear this woman yell about Freddy Krueger? Did she not like the movie or something? This woman was also yelling about God and Jesus. That's 2 things you don't want to mess with. This woman literally parked her vehicle in the middle of the road and then started to yell at this truck driver. I think we should move on to the next number on our list because I'm super confused. I can't do any more explaining to that video. Next up, number 6, we have a kid who starts to freak out when his mom won't allow him to buy some Pokemon cards. The whole thing was actually accidentally captured on camera. A few guys was like vlogging and then this happened in the background.
Record that, please.
I got you. Alright, stand in the way at least.
Mommy, please, it's a brand new Pokemon deck. It comes with Diglett. I have to get it. As the video goes on, this kid was about to slam the Pokemon deck on the floor, but it was like, I can't do that. There's Diglett in here. I totally forgot. I don't want to ruin the card. They're so precious. Alright, number 5, we have a man who is for sure possessed. This man you're about to see tried to take a bite out of these police officers. He wasn't yelling or anything, but he was making these crazy zombie noises. This might be a real life zombie. Since this guy wasn't communicating and he seemed like a danger to himself and society, the police officers, they had no choice but to taser this guy. As they tasered him, something crazy actually happens.
Get up! Get up! Get up!
Is this real life right now? This man just smacked his head through that window and fell to the floor. It didn't seem to have worked though, because this possessed man, he tried to get up again. Maybe he has to feed on human flesh and it's feeding time. Okay, in all seriousness, I do feel bad for this guy because what drove him in life to get to this point? I feel bad for a lot of people on this list, just to be honest. Okay, moving on. Sometimes grown men can be huge babies and throw temper tantrums. Well, at number 4, we're about to witness just that. This man who you're about to see has to be the worst criminal ever. It's hard to understand everything that is happening in this video, but from what I gathered, this man went inside the store to rob them and he demanded cash. The cashier refused. The man then starts to freak out, throws a temper tantrum in the store, he starts throwing everything around.
Give me my $20, you stupid bitch. I want my $20. I might start taking shit. And then y'all can really try me with robbery. Give me my...
This guy was just demanding 20 bucks. If I was robbing a store, I think I would go a little bit more than 20 bucks. And the cashier just didn't want to give it to him because why should they?
Give me my $20. Where's my $20? Where's my $20?
So this man goes on to say that he's on a $200,000 bond, and then he tells everyone his full name. He's incriminating himself. What an idiot.
$20,000 bond. None of y'all can't afford. Google me, Dante Walker.
Number 3, we have a very dedicated woman who just wants her book to come into the store, and she's tired of waiting.
What is wrong with you all? I don't understand what is happening!
No worries, ma'am, no worries.
Looking for a cock-a-doodle ball!
This woman has a lot of issues to deal with. I think she should walk over to the psychiatrist, have a few sessions, or even find the book titled What to Do During a Mental Breakdown for Dummies, because yelling at people in the bookstore isn't going to do anything. And I like how calm the employee was the whole time. He's just like,
Order it for you. Or see if another store nearby might have it.
I think this employee should be awarded the Employee of the Year award for how he handled this situation. If this was me, I would just tell her to get the f out. An argument during a book signing comes into number 2.
Trans women are in men's prisons. And what have you done for them?
What have you done for women?
Lots of things.
I've done lots of things too. You don't know my life. Don't sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
This woman didn't agree with what the author wrote, so she actually set up to her book signing to yell at her. After the woman left, Rose McGowan, the author, started to freak out.
Get off my back. What have you done? I know what I've done. God damn it.
This was like a double freakout situation. Okay, finally number 1, we actually have a police officer who went crazy because this guy starts to film him at Walmart. The whole thing took place in Houston, so let me show you guys the ending of this video first, and then we'll put it into context.
Me? Are you serious? Calm down.
Put it down.
Are you serious? You're about to tase me?
Look,
You're about to tase me?
Alright, so now that you've seen that, let me show you guys how it got to this point, because it is absolutely crazy, insane. So here is the beginning of the clip. It's so calm.
Alright, we're right here at the motherfucking Walmart. Can't do video?
Not of me.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it of the sign of Walmart. Not of you, I promise.
So these two guys are filming the Walmart sign, and then they film the parking lot because there's just so many carts randomly left in the parking lot. It's a boring video to watch, but that's what they were recording. All of a sudden, the police officer comes up to these guys and asks them for their ID, and then things escalate pretty quickly.
Let me see your ID.
Hang on, sir. Nah, nobody has to show any ID, sir.
Yeah, you gotta show ID.
Sir, you're grabbing me? Are you serious?
That officer has such low temper, it's crazy. This officer just draws his gun out super quickly. Freeze! Well, it's a taser gun, but that thing looks painful. This officer actually calls for backup. What a waste of taxpayers' money. At the end of the clip, you find out that this guy who was filming is a dialysis patient, and if he was electrocuted, it may as well have been a gun because it would have killed him. This is why guns and tasers should be the very last resort, because you just never know. I mean, you don't like it, this guy's filming you at Walmart. Who cares? Walk away. It's legal to film police officers, unfortunately. And aren't they filming us anyways? Aren't all of them equipped with cameras? I don't know. We're starting us off, number 10, with the woman freaking out about a service dog that was in a restaurant. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. This woman wasn't having it. The person that had the service dog was actually a soldier. Well, let me show you guys what happened.
I'm leaving because the food is nasty and there's a dog. So what? What do you want to do about it? Nothing. He's alive because he fought for our country. You know? Congratulations! Congrats, Mom!
What is this woman's problem? Does she really have a problem with this dog, or does she have a problem with someone who served in the army? I think this woman is just insane. She's pretty rude. She's pretty damn rude. Why did she have to make a big deal about this situation? What's wrong with the dog in a restaurant? The dog isn't the one cooking the food. I mean, poor little guy is just there to help its owner out after serving for their country. Moving into number 9, with someone who you shouldn't be freaking out at. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you guys what the heck is going on. We have a police officer who is telling this woman to get out of the vehicle because the vehicle has to be towed away because the driver, the person driving the car, he didn't have his license on him. So now the police officer has to tow away the vehicle. And he's not about to do it with this woman inside of it. So this woman tries to use the Constitution and the laws against the police officer, saying that they don't have control over human beings. What the woman was saying was wrong, and she wasn't cooperating.
That law only applies to U.S. citizens.
Well, where are you a citizen of?
I am not a U.S. citizen.
Well, see, that's
I am a free inhabitant. I am of the earth. I do not belong to any corporation. I do not belong to any country.
Yeah, but as long as you're in the sovereign...
This officer was actually really relaxed, and I feel like he dealt with the situation very well. I know police officers have a pretty bad reputation, but in this case the officer, he was just doing his job. Well, after a while, when the woman finally left the vehicle, things took a turn and the woman was yelling out, "Rape, rape." It's just so disgusting that someone, especially during a time with the Me Too movement, that someone would falsely call out rape.
Hey! You're raping me! This is rape! This is rape! This is rape! Okay.
Relax your arms.
It's relaxed.
Stop fighting with me.
It's relaxed.
Stop fighting with me.
Okay, it's really obvious that this woman is seeking attention. She's not being raped. I don't think anyone believes that. She just wants this police officer to get in trouble, and the way she's doing it is not right at all. Number 8.
Emergency! 911 is supposed to come for an emergency!
Is this real life right now? Can this guy not talk? This man is freaking out in an apartment lobby, and then for some reason he starts hitting himself. I mean, ouch.
We're in building B.
Oh man, that's gotta hurt. That's not even light slaps. Once the drug wears off this guy, he's for sure gonna be feeling a lot. What happens next is insane. So at this point in time, we have no idea what this guy even wants because he's talking like a caveman.
Those people need to don't come in here. Don't come in. Don't come in. Don't come in.
So next, we're about to see this guy taking off his clothes. I kid you not. You guys won't see any nudity because I won't do that to you guys. But watch this.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Can you videotape this, please? Oh my god, sir. Like, he's taking his clothes off. Oh my god.
Okay, it was close to nudity. This guy is taking off his clothes and then starts performing some ritual, some like voodoo stuff maybe. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Really, actually. Anyway, enough dancing here.
I'm not sure what he's doing, but I know for sure I am terrified. I think this guy needs to be on YouTube because he actually had my attention the whole time. If he keeps doing craziness like this, I would for sure watch. The guy's retention on his video would be so damn high because you have to watch this video to the end to see if the police shows up or not. This guy would be like a pretty popular YouTuber. Well, in this case, it was the grand finale, a great end to this video because the police did show up.
Come in. Please continue the video. Oh my gosh, what the hell?
What now?
I don't know if you guys heard what the man mumbled, but it sounded like a blood sugar is low. Someone needs to get this guy a Snickers bar quick. Moving into number 7, we have a video that went viral at the end of the summer. It's a teenager who was making a bit of noise while he was deadlifting. Well, a stranger at the gym, well I thought it was a stranger, he was annoyed and then he decided to do something about it. Was that really necessary? I know about bad backs and having like slipped discs and all that. I had back surgery not too long ago. You can easily pull and snap some stuff in your back. I mean, the other guy just went all Hulk on him.
You're illegal lifting! Get out! Get out! Hey, take my shit! What the fuck is your shit? Get out! Get out of my fucking way! Get out! Get out!
Holy crap, I think this guy went too far. Why is he freaking out like that? I think he skipped his anger management classes this week. That was a bad idea. So apparently this was a staff member, not a stranger. And this was at Buzz Fit Gym in Montreal, Quebec. So it happened in Canada. Pretty sure after this video went viral, the Hulk was fired. Number 6.
Oh, you gotta go on what's
Oh
that
my,
video?
oh my god! Oh, do not shut out!
I just amazing.
And that was my very same reaction when I lost a Pokemon card. I freaked out. Okay, all jokes aside, I know this could be very scary getting a flu shot, but at least this girl wasn't running away from it. Also, a quick true story for you guys. I actually had 10 stitches on my leg when I was young, maybe 7, 8 years old, I don't know. My kid pushed me off my bike, and I made it very difficult for the doctors to put the stitches in. They were able to do it eventually after so many people held me down. But then when it was time to take it out, apparently there was many other doctors. I don't really remember it, my dad remembers it, but they didn't take the stitches out because they couldn't hold me down. So I ended up going home and I had to take it out myself like a week later. So now to this day, I have a pretty bad scar on my leg, and it's because I was so damn scared of doctors and needles and I didn't know what was going on. So I know for sure what this little girl is going through. Needles are very scary.
Oh my, oh, this is bad. Oh my god! You're crying!
I can't wait till you have a baby.
Okay, what the heck? This girl is like 8. What do you mean you can't wait till she has a baby? Slow it down, grandma. Moving on. It's a bad day at the office and it's time to let everyone know about it. In at number 5. I like how Timmy in the background just stood up and he was like, what the heck's going on? He just sits right down. Also, the video looks hella old because I've never seen a computer monitor like that for a very long time. It's actually funny because those 2 monitors are more durable than our current screen monitors, and if I slapped my monitor currently, it would for sure crack. But the computer's the 2 monitors, I slap it and I have to like, I don't know, like break my hand or something. The thing's not breaking. I'm so glad for this video camera capturing this moment because that freakout was pretty damn good. I know the computer monitor is probably now destroyed, but it took a lot of power to do it. And also, yeah, he just wanted to make sure that it was actually destroyed. Number 4. I think this girl just found out that Trump is president. Halfway through the roller coaster, this girl was saying, "Stop, stop," as if, you know, the ride can actually come to a complete stop. But do you really want to be stopped on a roller coaster and you're like 200 feet in the air? I'm pretty sure you want this horrible nightmare to just be over and done with as soon as possible, so the ride must go on. I think it's safe to say that this girl is going to play the rest of her life out, you know, very, very safe, like bubble wrapped and everything. And no more roller coasters. I think Disneyland and Disney World would be too scary for her. From a girl who is probably going to get a headache from screaming so much to a kid who probably will be in detention for the rest of his life. So in at number 3, we have a student who freaks out and breaks his teacher's computer. You guys probably wouldn't believe this unless it was filmed, and it was.
I will take something else and I'll write a referral for stealing. Seriously.
Oh, you want to write a referral?
Yeah.
Write a referral for that.
This kid totally loses his cool and smashes the teacher's computer. I mean, so much guts. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but the teacher said if the student goes into his desk, he will write a referral for stealing. So that's when the student grabbed the computer and smashed it to pieces, and then he said, write a referral for that.
Oh, you want to write a referral?
Yeah.
Write a referral for that.
Another detention is about to be given away for free to a kid who freaks out and attacks another student in the classroom. I'm really concerned for this person in at number 2. I think this kid should talk to someone about his drug habits. I mean, that's not right. Why are you yelling like King Kong grabbing people like, ah? Everyone in the classroom was kind of egging him on because they were laughing and giving him attention. And my question is, where the heck is the teacher? Maybe they were the smart ones and actually ran for their life. Finally, at number 1, we have a father standing up for himself as he freaks out in front of a police officer.
That's why I lose the respect. The respect is out of the f***ing window. You drew a f***ing gun on me for a f***ing turn signal.
Alright, let me explain what happened. This officer pulled this man over because of a traffic violation. The man forgot to put his turn signal on, so the police officer stopped him on the side of the road and actually approached the man with his gun drawn out and pointing to the guy. The man starts to freak out, saying, "Are you freaking serious? Are you serious? You have a gun pointing at me for what? Because of a turn signal?" It seems like the officer got scared just because it was a black man. I mean, I'm pretty sure racism played a part here.
You said if you just came to the car and did your regular routine, I would have had no issue. I turned around to a f***ing gun pointed in my face. Do you feel empowered now that you pointed your gun at me? Do you feel empowered?
The officer is just standing there doing nothing. It looks like he actually does feel bad, and I'm not sure why he had his gun drawn over a turn signal.
And I'm quite sure that's proper training to where you don't have to draw your gun and you can still be safe.
This guy is bringing up a lot of great points. I totally agree. He even said, what if he got scared or an altercation happened and he was shot? I mean, he has kids that would have been left behind, and all because of what? Because of a turn signal. Number 10, well, you already saw this clip at the intro of this video, but we have this kid, Sebastian, who is yelling for most of an 8-hour flight on United Airlines. The plane flew from Vancouver to New York. What would you guys have done if you were on this flight and this kid was just screaming on the top of his lungs the whole time? Like, I'm talking the whole time. Well, this video did go viral on YouTube, and a ton of people had comments on the video, and it's pretty brutal what I read. He has behavioral problems. I am sure a smack in the face would change that. I hope the little bastard is on the no-fly list now. Time for a late abortion? Legalize post-birth abortion? I mean, what the heck? Is this real life right now? Come on, people. Are you kidding me? Well, these are actually the most thumbs up comments on this video. So brutal. Okay, moving on to number 9. We have something that no one should be shouting out on an airplane. Well, there's a few things, but well, you're about to see a woman who is wearing sunglasses indoors, yelling, "I am going to kill everyone on the plane." Okay, what the heck is wrong with people these days?
Land! I will kill everybody on this plane! I will kill everybody on this
This woman was freaking out because she was caught smoking on a flight from Portland to Sacramento. She was probably given a ticket, and that's when the death threats came. She should only be mad at herself. Why does she wish his death upon everyone else on the plane? People in the comments were saying, why the hell would you smoke on a flight that's only 2 hours? Also, some people are saying that woman looks like Hillary Clinton. Maybe she's upset she lost to Donald Trump and she's just raging out on this plane. And actually, just in the news, there's news reports saying that Hillary Clinton might actually be running for president again in 2020. I think I'd rather vote for Kanye West.
New reports tonight, Hillary Clinton may be considering another run in 2020.
Number 8. From a woman who wanted to kill everyone to a woman who might be possessed. What is this woman's problem? Apparently this woman has been freaking out for the past 20 minutes. The woman started off yelling to everyone to pray because her mother just passed away. You know, condolences to her, everyone probably feels bad. Well, the woman literally got up and went up and down the aisles telling everyone to pray, like she was yelling, like she was forcing them to do it. Then she sat back down and then she started yelling either, God, you're my savior, or guard your lightsaber. I will let you guys be the judge. Listen.
God, you're my savior! God, you're my savior! God, you're my savior!
She's been freaking out for the last 20 minutes. She started off.
I'm pretty sure it's guard your lightsaber. I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but in the video, you can see out the window, and it looks like the plane is actually moving. I don't know why this woman wasn't kicked off the plane for being so disruptive. The airplane is going to have to deal with so many complaints after this flight, and you could have just dealt with it by kicking one person off. Moving into number 7, we have an Indian man who's traveling on a plane for the first time. I feel bad for him because he's so terrified. He's having panic attacks, freaking out, thinking the plane is going to crash.
You're not gonna die. Yeah, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Help me. No, you're fine. Help me.
Luckily, there are people on this flight trying to help this guy out. I know there are times that flying can be scary. I've had some pretty bad turbulence, especially going through the equator. And during turbulence, the plane is just shaking like crazy. At times, it feels like the plane is just out of control. So this guy who is traveling for the first time is probably going through his first turbulence.
No, I'm going to die today. You're going to die. No, you're not. I know. You're not. I'm going to die. Hey, you know, man. I'm going to die.
I think this might be the last time this guy ever flies, and I have no idea how he's gonna make it back home. Number 6.
It's a freak out by an airline passenger in a state of total panic.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
There she is, lying on the floor right by the cockpit door, gasping for air.
So this took place on Frontier Airlines flight from Denver to Portland, Oregon. This whole event was captured on a cell phone. This woman was freaking out, thinking she can't breathe and that she was about to die.
A Frontier Airlines flight attendant tries to calm the distraught woman, but she totally loses it.
Okay, imagine you're on a plane getting ready, you know, for Disneyland, and then there's a full-grown woman on the floor and she's freaking out. Like, I would be freaking out because she's freaking out. This woman is so distraught. The person filming the video realized that the woman started to take all of her clothes off, so the person decided to, yeah, I'm not gonna film that. So they stopped filming.
The woman also reportedly stripped naked, and the passenger who shot this video decided to stop recording.
Alright, number 5. We have a woman freaking out on Southwest Airlines. This woman was complaining that she is deadly allergic to pets, and on board were 2 dogs. Flight attendants asked the woman for medical documents, but she didn't have any. So that's when she was asked to get off the plane, but she refused. According to Southwest Airlines, any passengers who say that they cannot travel safely with pets, well, they must produce a medical certification. If they can't, there's nothing that they can do. Also, this woman, she has a life-threatening pet allergy. So why would she be putting up a fuss like she did to not want to get off the plane? I mean, if you stay on, you said it yourself, you might die.
A harrowing scene as a woman is forcibly removed from a plane.
I'm sorry, my dad has a surgery. What are you doing?
Come on, lady, let's go.
I think this woman might be full of lies. Maybe like, there's a lot of compulsive liars out there. I don't know, maybe she was just saying things on top of her head. I bet you her dad doesn't even have a surgery, because again, why would you be putting up such a big fuss that you got removed from a plane if your dad actually is about to have surgery and you need to be there for him? If you had the right documents or even talked to people politely, they could have moved seats. I know I've asked someone to move seats just so I can sit next to the person I'm traveling with.
I'm a professor. What are you doing?
Some passengers were horrified at what they were seeing.
Show them that you're walking.
I
can't look.
Whoa.
He's got my leg.
Something tells me that this woman isn't a professor. She's still lying. If she is, I feel sorry for the people who spent thousands of dollars being taught by this woman.
She was charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, and released on her own recognizance.
One person you don't want freaking out on the plane is the pilot. So at number 4, we have a pilot freaking out.
Okay, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane.
This is your captain speaking, but never like this.
I'll stop and we'll fly the airplane. Don't worry, I'm going to let my co-pilot fly it. He's a man.
This woman is actually the pilot of the plane. It has been confirmed. But for some reason, she decided to show up to work and fly in her street clothes. She was having a meltdown before the plane even took off. Well, luckily it was before the plane took off, because I don't want to be up in the air and she's freaking out on the announcement saying, I'm not flying this plane anymore. And then imagine your pilot on the flight says, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane. I'm just saying, but I'm getting off the airplane. This woman was freaking out apparently because she's going through a divorce and she was having a nervous breakdown. This was on United Airlines, and about 20 passengers got off the plane. And I was thinking to myself that that's kind of alarming that only 20 people got off. I guess everyone else felt safe with this pilot who was having a nervous breakdown fly the plane. Moving into number 3, we have a woman who is freaking out on American Airlines. Everyone's just freaking out on American Airlines. So in this situation, the police were called on board.
He's right here.
Do you know what the my name is, motherfucker? My name is CC. Same name as you. Get the
No, relax.
What are you gonna do? Hit me?
Unnecessary.
Hit me! Hit me! I dare you to hit me!
It seems like this woman has had many run-ins with the police. Just before the police were called, she was fighting with her boyfriend and she was crying. She stated that her father died the night before. I'm pretty sure this isn't something your father is going to be proud of you for. You should be mourning the loss of your dad and not raging out in the airplane, causing a scene. Causing so much of a scene that the police officers were called to get you arrested. It's going to be hard to live with yourself if you miss the funeral, all because you thought you were tough with the police.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What are you hitting me for? CC? That's what you're doing. Why are you hitting me, CC?
I'm absolutely gonna record
I didn't hit them. I did not. Don't lie.
This woman created such a huge scene. You can see so many police officers on board. Apparently this woman had a message that she wanted to share with the world.
Never tell a Latina that's crazy. Because
Okay, this has been a super crazy list, but we're not done. We're at number 2. We probably have the number 1 thing you should never say at an airport or on an airplane.
If she takes me up, I'll blow the plane up. I will blow. Get the out.
Hopefully this was an empty threat, because those officers are for sure going to get you off of the plane. I think this guy missed his breakfast this morning. I hate when that happens. Now this guy is going to have a lot of time to think about what he said in a tiny jail cell. Also, if this wasn't enough, this guy made a mockery of the Muslim culture by saying Allahu Akbar and pretending that the plane is about to explode.
Plane up. I will blow. Get the out. Allahu Akbar!
That's so damn disrespectful. A lot of terrorism has been happening recently, and this isn't something to joke about. Just because you're having a bad day, this guy should be ashamed of himself, and hopefully he has time to think about what he has done. Finally, at number 1, we have a pretty scary freakout. We have a woman who is freaking out when she finds out that the plane has to be diverted to make a medical emergency landing. I mean, it happens. It sucks, but it happens. The plane was flying from Houston to Minneapolis, but it had to change its course due to an emergency. Right after that announcement was made, this happened.
Get me the off this god plane! You wanna be to me? You will see me. You will.
This woman just lost her shit. Someone is possibly dying on this plane, but this woman wasn't having it. She didn't want the plane to land anywhere else that wasn't Minneapolis. This woman started yelling that she was in the Marine. She wanted everyone to go to hell. Well, apparently this woman has already been to hell.
I don't know what hell is. I've been there 10 times. I've lived. Tell the story.
part was hard to hear, but did that woman just say she's been in the house 6 times? I feel bad for this woman because she's lived a pretty rough life. Well, after her temper tantrum, police arrived on the scene and escorted the woman off of the plane, and they brought her back to hell for the 7th time.